saw in our previous session was the following. If there were n different things, then the number of permutations of these n different things in a circle, number of permutations of n different things taken all at a time in a circle was n minus 1 factorial. Half of this count was clockwise, half of this count was anti-clockwise. Now suppose we have n different things. Now we want to arrange them in a circle. Arrange them in a circle, taking r at a time. Taking r at a time. Number of permutations of n different things taken r at a time, we want to arrange them in a circle. What would be the count for this? So suppose these were the n different things and I take r at a time, for example. So these were, say, a1, a2, a3, ar, an, right? These are n different things, and I want to find out in how many ways can I arrange these n things by taking r at a time in a circle. So let's say there are x such circular permutations, x such circular permutations. So one of these is, say, for example, this. One of these is this, say, for example, a1 of the x circular permutations. Say one of them is a1, a2, a3, a4, ar. Right? a1, a2, a3, a4, ar. Right? Now, this is one. Now, in this, what I could have done is, I could have cut this circle at a1. And I would have got a linear permutation. Say, I would have got, say, a1, a2, a3, ar is what I would have got. If I cut it at a1 and I arrange it and I, straighten the circle. If I cut this circle at a1 and straighten the circle, I would have got a linear permutation, right? Or I could have cut the circle at a2. And I would have got a linear arrangement a2, a3, a4, ar. I would have got one more linear arrangement. I could have cut the circle at a3 and I would have got another linear arrangement a3, a4, ar. I'm sorry, there is going to be a2, a3, a4, ar, a1, and then I have like a a3, a4, ar, and then a1 and a2, right? And so on and so forth. So I could have cut the circle at a1 and I would have got one linear arrangement, linear permutation. I could have cut the circle at a2 and I could have got another linear permutation. At a3, one more. At a4, one more. At ar, one more. So then that means for every x such circular permutations, of which this is one, I would have got r linear permutations. Yes or no? Right? Which means for each one of these circular permutations, I would have got r linear permutations. So for x such circular permutations, the linear permutations would have been x into r, and that would essentially have been the number of linear permutations of n different things taken r at a time, right? I would have got all possible linear permutations of n things taken r at a time if I did this process, right? I took a circular permutation and I keep cutting at a1, a2, a3, a4 r ways. If there are x such circular permutations, I would have got rx as the total number of linear permutations of n things taken r at a time, and that would have been npr. So then x would have been what? npr by r. Good for us. So the number of permutations of n different things taken r at a time along a circle would be npr by r. Not all at a time. If it was all at a time, it would have been n minus 1 factorial. But taking them r at a time, it becomes npr by R. Now, what we have done is, in our previous session, a special case of this where R is equal to N. When R becomes equal to N, what happens to this X? X becomes like a NPN divided by N. Put R equal to N. So NPN is like a N factorial divided by N. That makes it N minus 1 factorial. Which is what we did in the previous session, right? So the number of circular permutations would have been N minus 1 factorial if R is equal to N. Otherwise, it's NPR by R. Very clearly in this, like I said before, half of them are circular anti-clockwise, half of them are clockwise. But if clockwise and anti-clockwise are different in a given physical situation, then the count is this. But if they are indistinguishable, the count would be half of this. Yes or no? Thank you so much. Bye-bye.